Hey church family, well this is probably take 123 of what was supposed to be one take of communication to you guys. But I wanted to take the opportunity to share some exciting updates as we seek to strengthen really what we do as one church family meeting across multiple locations. You know, this is such new territory for us. So we're always learning and trying to reflect and trying to, I think, really be faithful to God, be faithful to the church family, and be faithful to the community. You know, we're on a mission together. We're on a mission to make disciples for all nations. That range from reaching out and meeting the lost, seeing them cross the line of faith, all the way through, you know, seeing that journey of infancy through to maturity. So, you know, we can't do everything at once, but we're looking at just those next steps that will help strengthen what we do at this moment in time. And so 3 areas that we're going to be looking at strengthening is the way that we minister care as an eldership team. Secondly, we're going to look at how we support and strengthen the site leads and build a more continuous core presence of people administering a gifting and a heart for the local community. And also, thirdly, want to look at a very practical change really to in-person prayer. So starting with eldership, so of course we want to be theologically faithful. We want to demonstrate their operation. We're operating as a team. We're caring as a team together as an eldership. So the Bible says, you know, we see in the New Testament eldership caring in team. And so with that in mind, what we've tried to do is make sure that we're really never set in one place at one time for too long, that we rotate and the shepherd know the sheep and the sheep know the shepherd. So of course that has some great pros, but we're realizing that also has some cons. We get more surface relationship and not enough deep relationship. And so we want a deeper local care, deeper local relationship from eldership team to church family. And so for that to happen, we're going to give a good long season, really open-ended, to having an elder primarily connected with a site. And so what that means in practice is that for 3 of the 4 Sundays of the month, the first 3 Sundays of the month, you have an elder that has a primary care responsibility for that site, who you relate to, they relate to you. And of course, you can ask us as an eldership team at any point, here we're looking, that first point of contact is that elder who's primarily connected to your site. So the 4 Sundays, you'll see those guys. And then on 4th Sunday, we'll have a bit of rotation that allows us to administer gifting into different contexts, but also it allows us as an eldership team to just see what God is doing across the sites. And so we're hoping that will bring a sense of security, with stability, and a stronger foundation to operate from, and make that movement to be outward facing and making disciples, etc. So that's the first change. And so practically what that means is that Fordingbridge and Downton, the guys who are going to be connected there, or your primary elders there, are going to be Dale and Tim. For Verwood, that's going to be Mark Andrews. And for Wimborne, that's going to be myself. I think that's it. Okay, secondly, let's have a look at site leads then. So we're so grateful to our current site leads. That is John and Jill over in Wimborne. That is Jamie and Ella in Fordingbridge. Verwood, of course, don't have a site lead currently at this moment in time. And Downton with Michael and Karen. And what we're going to do is we're just seeking really to probably extend our tent pegs a little bit in terms of our ability to care and turn our eyes to community within the local site. And so we realize that these guys probably already carry a lot, but we want to help strengthen what they can carry with other people who have good gifting. And so we're going to transition from site leads to site leadership teams. Now, we're not in a rush to do that. We're going to wait for the right kind of gift mixes and chemistry mixes to part a team that is really kind of built around a heart for 3 areas. 1 is relational care, 2 is community care, and 3 is the operational care. So we're going to be seeking guys who are going to really kind of fit that mold of, we have a heart for this local community, we have a heart for the people, and we have a heart to really, practically do things well. Okay, so that is that's what we're going to be looking for, and we're developing. Now we'll intentionally be looking at as of July onwards. You probably won't see that come into effect probably till a bit later until we find the right personnel to gather together. But that's only to add and to enhance the incredible job that's already been done by these existing site leads. So thank God for those guys, and we thank God that we get to strengthen already what they do. And thirdly, just a practical change to in-person prayer. I just a side note, guys. Prayer is the engine room of the church. It really is. It's the heartbeat, really, in a lot of ways. We're coming before God. We're petitioning before God. We're being family before God. It's that conversation. It's that dialogue. It's that intentionality. That's who we're coming before. And in those moments, we see God break through and bring transformation and bring change. And those are the moments that are significant. And so let me first and foremost encourage you, church family, to make every effort to connect into prayer, whether that's online or whether that's in person. One of the practical changes we're going to be making is that we are going to go to one site per month. Okay, so instead, currently we meet in person across all sites on the first Wednesday of the month. Now we're going to meet in person in one site, and then the next month we'll go to a different site. And that achieves a couple of things for us. One, that allows us as an eldership team to be together and be team together and minister our heart for prayer and minister worship and and steer our hearts together. I think really that is a real privilege for us to be able to do that. Secondly, it allows the church family to all gather into one place and pray for a particular site. Be reminded we're part of a bigger family, hear what's happening in the local site and be praying and interceding for that local site. So I appreciate, what that might mean. That's going to be a bit of a change, and what that might mean is that you won't get to pray in your local site for that'd be 1 in 4, won't it? 1 in 4 months. But I think you also should be incredibly excited. And so let me encourage you, if you we want you to be there, then let nothing prevent you from being there. We're going to get lifts together, share rides together. We're traveling really only 15-20 minutes of the road, to go and pray and petition for God's hand into that particular community. This is your wider church family, this bigger picture of what God is doing with us together. So those are the 3 changes over the eldership team area minister care, how we're seeking to strengthen our incredible site leads by transitioning to site leadership teams. And also thirdly, just that pragmatic change that allows us as an eldership team to do prayer together, do team together, and bring us into that place of worship and adoration and thanksgiving and petition. But also that we get to go into insight and intentionally pray for God's favour, God's blessing and God's breakthrough in each context as a one church family that meets in multiple occasions. I think that's it. Take 123 done. God bless you guys. I'll see you when I get back from Mongolia.